It's the week of Halloween, it's the end of the series, you know I had to break out the blazer for this one. Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and welcome to the penultimate episode of JamesMCD's Friday Nightmare. And today we'll be taking a look at the remake of Friday the 13th, released in 2009, directed by Marcus Nispel, produced by... God damn it. This movie kind of takes a different approach than most remakes would have, whereas instead of remaking just the first movie again, it's kind of a hodgepodge of like 1 through 3, so like they very quickly rush through the whole Pamela Voorhees stuff at the beginning. They show off Jason with just like sort of the bandaged up like pillow mask like in the cold open before the title, and then the rest of the movie is just hockey mask Jason going after this group of kids, like spending the night on like this patch of like camp outside Crystal Lake. This movie takes a very different approach in remaking this, not just in sort of shifting around the story, but also going for a much more darker and grittier tone. But unfortunately, the way that they went about doing that is making everything just really dark and hard to see, and just making everything really boring and uninteresting. Yeah, this movie was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's very clear that this came out as a response to the Rob Zombie Halloween remake, where it was a lot grittier and darker, and they wanted to make Jason feel more intimidating and threatening and scary, but I think part of why he was so, like, imposing and threatening in the original 3, and I guess 4, is you had that time, like, learning the backstory, building on the lore, getting attached to him, like, as a character in the backstory and everything like that, and just seeing him constantly come back. Whereas here, like, the only bits of backstory that you get are, like, the little quick bits in the cold open, to where you're like, well, who is that? Who's this old lady, and why is she trying to kill this girl? And, like, the little bits of, like, exposition all throughout the movie. Whereas even those, like, you don't really get, like, a lot of. So you're just kind of left, like, well, okay, who is this guy and why is he killing campers and stuff? With this being a much darker and grittier take, the kills are a lot more gruesome and, like, bloodier, which I guess was cool, but they're still not, like, as over the top as, like, some of the other ones get. And like I said at the beginning, it's really hard to get, like, invested or, like, scared of what's going on when you can hardly fucking see. Like, everything is so, like, washed out and, like, overexposed in the day scenes, and then when it gets to night, it's so underlit that you can't make out anything that's going on. And it just makes it really, really hard to watch and get invested in. The characters are all just kind of planks of wood. There are a few, like, token characters that are just kind of there for one joke, but the rest of them are just kind of like planks of wood with no personality, which is, I guess, a slight step above the Halloween remake where all the characters are just obnoxious, but I don't know. It feels weird saying this, but at least I remembered how annoying and trashy and obnoxious those characters were, where here I'm not going to remember a single thing about any of these characters. And just overall, the movie was really, really boring. Like, yeah, I guess it is semi-competently made in comparison to, like, some of the other ones. It's a little bit more grounded as opposed to something like Jason Goes to Hell or Jason Takes Manhattan or something like that. But I mean, like, what good is that when you're not giving me anything to, like, get invested in? I was just really struggling to stay present and stay focused. I kept getting distracted by other things and pausing and unpausing and everything like that. So it really just was not a good movie all around. And yeah, it really only feels like this was remade so that New Line could, like, hold on to the rights, and also because, like, the Halloween remake did semi-well. So I don't know. I've heard apparently some people think this is alright, and I don't know, good for them, I guess, but for me, I just wasn't that interested. So, going to my ranking, I would have to give this a 2.5 out of 5. And that does it for another episode of The Friday Nightmare. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the Friday the 13th remake. If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Where does it rank up in comparison to the original? And tune in tomorrow as we'll be capping off the Friday Nightmare series with a look at the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 remake. So, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel, everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.